it back.
Yeah. I finished that hoe.
Hold up, I messed it up. Just talk. I'm gonna fix this while we're doing that thing.
We,
Doing
I'm,
nothing.
are we still? Because I'm looking at your YouTube channel. Is this
Yeah,
supposed to
no,
be?
we in it.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
we in
Okay.
it. I'm fixing it right now. I'm gonna put everything up. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Speak.
Oh. Oh, what's good, everybody? Squad Nero. My bad. Had a little brain fart. All right, we back in this thing. Season 2, episode 14, aka episode 55. Back in this. We have been waiting for this moment, at least I have. For this year to actually start to get rumbling per se with the content, and I think now we hitting like a nice pace in regards to all forms of content, from comics, from anime, from fucking maybe shows out there. I don't know if there's some shows out there that I'm missing, but movies especially now. Everything is starting to pick up the pace again. Now we're officially back in 2025, y'all. So give it up for that. And there's Black History Month too. So give it up for that as well. All right. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. I'm here with my brothers, Croco, Smooth, Nino, back in this thing. Um, it's some hot topics for this week, but I think we might as well start off with that Captain America. We got two members that already watched it. So they already have a good understanding of what that movie entails and if it is actually as how some people have been saying it has been online. So I'm curious, fellas, what do y'all think
I
of it so
gave them
far?
like honestly, I gave the movie like a 8 out of 10. It was a solid. It was solid. It wasn't like, oh my god, like this is totally amazing. No, it's like a not to say an origin movie, but like that handoff we were looking for Captain America, for
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Mackie to really take his place, for them to actually show him being Cap. Um, and honestly, I liked everything from start to finish with everything that's going on with with the show. Um, it and surprisingly, it does not start. How did you get in here? Jesus, scared the shit out of me. I closed
Yeah.
that door. Ain't no way you figured out how to get in here.
Yeah.
Yo,
Hey.
Oh.
whoa,
Whoa.
wrong, wrong.
I do
thing
not
to
think that's
use.
appropriate.
That was not appropriate.
He was just supposed to be startled. I forgot how that shit sounded.
Could just played the Goku Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
yeah, no. Honestly, from start to finish, without like spoiling anything, I enjoyed the movie from start to finish. I do have my qualms in certain areas which I cannot bestow upon us during this podcast because you guys didn't see it, so I don't want to do that to you. But I was able to text back and forth with Krakos on this, and he understands my plight after like even with everything we talk about, with the animes we watch, with the shows we watch, certain things I despise. When I say I despise it with the passion of 1,000 suns. And this thing happened, and I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. It's one part, so
This is already spoiled because of that.
how is it spoiled, sir?
T hates the power of friendship. Somehow, some way, the power of friendship is used in this movie.
Niall, tell him he is wrong on so many levels.
Nah, it's you. But the thing is, that was pretty like intuitive. But that's not
That's not it.
All right, cool. So I'm like, damn. Only thing I know you hate more than anything.
But that
only
was
thing I know
he
you hate
scared
That was
more
a
than
super
Rob
big brain. Yeah,
is
that
the
was a super
power of
big brain take.
friendship.
That was a super big brain take. That nigga do be doing that.
It,
I mean,
it's, he scared me there
understandably
for a
so.
second, T, because
Yeah.
I was like, he might. Have.
No,
I think he
because
got it, but no.
Nah, I told you what it was when we were texting
I
each
think-
other. I told you.
I
what
think
it
I
was.
know what.
Yeah, you probably do, Sage, but you can hold it.
Yo, I got a question for you, Tito. How did you like like in terms of power scaling, I know they mentioned
Yeah.
that. I don't know. Maybe Anthony Mackie didn't take the
I
serum or
like the
whatever.
fact that it literally showed like it because I've seen people complain about the fight choreography, but it's not supposed to be like this over the top fight choreography because he's a human that does not have the super soldier serum.
No
Yeah.
powers.
None.
All he got is a suit,
None.
and it's
So
not even Iron
I
Man suit.
and that's the thing. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fight scenes. It was pretty dope. I enjoyed it. So with that being said, I people need to watch this movie. People need to watch this movie, and I mean it on so many levels. Like this movie was really good, and especially the ending. It's a the it's one ending cutscene, not two, but it's one. Just so that y'all know, y'all sit your behinds down. For everybody that watch Marvel movies, you always stay till the end. I hate when people get up. It's annoying. Stay to the end, please.
Mad people leave.
Mad people
Yeah.
leave. So the ending cutscene, very important. Pay attention to it because it's something that we can really speak on next week on y'all thoughts.
Yeah,
Me
for
and
sure.
me and I started delving ideas on what it could be and what it can't be, and it looks like it's about to get real.
Yeah, well, I'll start from the top in regards to the movie. Real simple. It really did. It gave a phase one kind of feel to me. I saw some arguments online that was saying like you could maybe go a little bit later than that to like after the first Avengers movie, like a film in that realm. But I think that some of the best movies from Marvel came out after the original Avengers movie. And I wouldn't put this in that same realm per se as some of those
Right.
movies that came out after that first Avengers movie, but I will put it in the realm of some of those movies that came out during the before the Avengers movie, and it was needed to me. Like we constantly go back and forth here. There's constant people in the YouTube community that go back and forth on like how bad the Marvel movies have been. I think that this is a really grounded movie for Marvel. We don't D, I know this is a part that you would probably enjoy. It's not very hung up on the humor, not at all. It again, it goes back to like what they were originally kind of more or less pushing, and before they kind of started to get analytics and optics to have the changes that they've had. uh Very realistic in regards to um this Captain America, and it's touched on the idea of, we do know that Anthony Mackie, Sam's Wilson does not have the super soldier serum, and it's what is life like for somebody who's taken up the mantle of Captain America without a super soldier serum. I think they did a pretty good job of explaining that and going through that throughout the film. Um, one of the things that I know people were kind of frustrated on is, we know in Marvel movies we get introduced to new characters, be it a superhero or be it a regular person that's connected to a superhero. I don't feel like they did a terrible job with what character development or introductions they gave us in this film. Um, somebody could be a little bit more nitpicky on that, and I get that, but it wasn't terrible. It was enough things where it's like, okay, I can see where this could be used, and the characters that were introduced can definitely have further development, and that we could see later down the line in Marvel, especially with what we know is coming up, right? Like
Mhm.
Secret Wars, that it's like this large, like, we're building up to a big bang, and we know that they're gonna need people to be able to combat it. It's supposed to be a larger threat than Thanos. Is how this is supposed to be hyped, be it Doctor Doom or whatever. Even before, when it was Kang, it was supposed to be, this is gonna be a larger threat than Thanos. So see, this movie to me did a good job of um putting certain people in place for that to make more sense, and to boost the odds and sides sides. I'm saying sides. I'm trying to say side, but to boost the sides of the universe that we know of, and with us knowing what movies are coming out down the line, it makes sense. It just makes sense for it to be the next movie after Deadpool. It felt, Deadpool was loved, hype. We already knew that Deadpool was gonna do well. It brought this Wolverine into play. You didn't need anything too crazy, and I personally do believe that Thunderbolts will be better than I think a lot of people anticipated. I don't think that it'll necessarily be great, but I do think that, when we first heard this was getting announced, we probably were leaning more on the side of that Captain America will be a better movie than Thunderbolts. And with the things that I've seen recently, I'm starting to think that maybe that could surprise us. There could be a surprise there. Um, but yeah, it was cool. The cutscene. One thing to add to T's point, pay attention. My biggest thing that I recommend for y'all is just pay attention to the wording. I honestly want to go back and like see that again to make sure that I even got it right. But I tried to really pay attention to the words that were said during that scene. It's not a visual. It's not necessarily the visual aspect of what it's going to give you. It's what is being said during that period that I think may potentially, and we'll talk about it after, you guys see the movie. But I think that could potentially introduce a new element, in my opinion, that I'm excited to kind of talk to you guys more about. But I agree with T 100%. Overall, I give it an 8 out of 10.
So speaking on new element, I know they mentioned adamantium in the trailers. Was that
Mm.
like a really big driving factor in the movie? Because I feel like with the mention of adamantium, people know that's Wolverine, but does it like mention any like words like mutants or people with different like abilities or anything like that? Because I'm like, I don't know if they start in the universe with, oh, there's adamantium, and then now we have mutants.
So okay, in regards to how deep they go in the discussion around adamantium, no,
Yeah,
it doesn't get extremely detailed. But and this is what I do appreciate from this film, they made the setup where in future things that come out, where there is a storyline wise a reasonable and understandable connection between adamantium and whatever, even beyond just, and this is a part that I kind of like, it goes even beyond the idea of just mutants. It opened it up to everyone, every type of character, every um it's like a worldly element. They opened it up to where it could be a worldly element, so they can use these things. And this, they didn't say this in the movie, I'm just saying this as an example. Colossus, right? We know that Colossus is from Russia.
yeah,
They open up the idea of different places in the world possibly being able to have higher power beings, being able to possibly have um manipulations, and they did it in regards to the idea of this all being around or possibly being associated with adamantium. So that's the part that I enjoy, because it's like when I saw the approach that they went with in the movie, I was like, okay, there's 50 different things that you could do with that. It's not necessarily just one thing that they could do with that. But when you talk about like mutants, especially mutants, it's a lot of mutants.
yeah.
It's a lot. So to know that they opened this up the way that they did, and they kind of made it more, they seem like they bring in the world more in, as opposed to it just being kind of like what the United States is doing. Shield, um, yeah, we get things like Sokovia and stuff like that, like different places like that, but we don't. It's not really like grounded in those areas. I feel like with what they discussed in this movie, there is a possibility that we can get more background and more engagement from different areas of the world outside of just the United States. And adamantium was the kind of way to do that, or may be the way to do that.
Hey,
Was
respect,
there
man. Thank you
any
for coming through.
mention of
Appreciate
the
it.
Atlanteans?
You said what, D?
Was there any mention of the Atlanteans? Because I'm thinking with half of that celestial being in the water, you would think they'll probably have dibs on it since they already got vibranium. It's like
I'm gonna be
we
honest
got
with
that.
you.
Damn,
You gotta watch the movie. I don't want like it might give away extra stuff, but we can't disclose this information, sir.
why not?
You gotta watch
That's
it.
the answer in and of itself. But appreciate you, Miss Pac-Man, for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man. It's too much tea.
Um, we
I
could
I think what he's trying to get at is I already kind of tiptoed the line,
yeah
and
yeah.
he's just trying to not go further than that
Oh,
without taking away from the movie for you.
I want
I
y'all
got
to
you.
sit down and really enjoy it and sit there and watch it from start to finish without not, like any clues to what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Got you.
going in there fresh slate.
Yeah.
We in that hole.
But I mean,
Ooh.
it was solid. I agreed that rating that T gave. I completely agree with that rating. I could see if somebody went down to a 7 maybe, but I wouldn't go lower than that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We also are starting to end now. You brought it up. It's kind of like our perception of which of these two movies that Marvel is coming out with next. It's kind of flipping now. We kind of seen it with the marketing. That's why we brought it up before. Like we seen the trailer for Cap. We was like, yeah, this is introducing some new things. It seems like it's a very cool movie. Nothing too crazy, but it's not ass by any metric or anything like that. And then you look at that trailer for Thunderbolts, and you like, hey, it's something in this trailer that's making me very interested in this movie. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like they have teetered the line on comedy and the action just solely in the trailer. And usually, if you could captivate people with the trailer, I feel like most of the times the movie is genuinely good. I would hope so, at least. I could be wrong, but I'm super excited to dive into the project. I know it's gonna be a whole lot of supremacists out there that's a little upset that a black man is representing the red, white, and blue, but
But it's just
it's
unnecessary, bro. Like it's like if you like Marvel movies, just watch a Marvel movie.
yeah.
It may be something that can just give you a little bit more spark or interest in the series again. Like people gotta lead. Like it's unnecessary. It's not the film. It's
Yeah.
not the film. Just
Mhm.
rock with it.
And they not factoring in fucking legacy in regards to these characters already that's already established. It's hard for a Chris Evans to keep doing this when he also, when we
And
look
plus
at this,
years.
he's not just Captain America. He's also 100% of the time now, Chris motherfucking Evans. He has a life. He has dreams of or different aspirations in his acting career that maybe he doesn't just want to be a superhero for a prolonged time. And I can't knock him for that because I feel like that shit would get annoying after a while. Now you teeter in the line of everybody calling you Captain America. Nigga, my name is Chris. I don't know who the fuck Steve Rogers is. Nigga, this nigga is a fictional character.
mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, I'm happy to hear that it has landed safely for Marvel. It seems like we are now starting to get at least into levels of normalcy with them. And
That's
then
what it
from
feels
here,
like.
yeah, all they can do is go up from here. As long as you don't produce no shit. Have it be all right. Have it be good. But don't produce ass. Cause once you start to do that, everybody gonna start down y'all again. But y'all want to tap into the Invincible first?
Of course, we're
All
good with
right,
that.
all right. So last week they dropped 3 episodes, I believe, and then they dropped one episode this past
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday. A whole lot of content. Um, I want to hear y'all vision on this season so far. Since in comparison, this would have been the mid-season break if we would have had the stop again within the season like they did last time, but obviously that was probably due to some COVID restraints, so on and so forth. But how are y'all feeling about this first 4 episodes in comparison to the first 4 episodes of the
Solid,
previous season?
solid. Like these episodes have been very solid, especially the breakout scene for them. That
Mhm.
that was pretty solid. I like. I'm not gonna lie, the way the last episode ended halfway per se on the Invincible side kind of threw me for a loop because I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, I know the episode didn't just end, and then they went into the we're about to catch up with what is it? What's the alien
Alan the
name?
Alien.
Alan the alien and what's the for the breakout? Oh, oh, okay, more content. Yay! I just wasn't expecting it. They could have flowed that a little bit better because they just threw the credit scene up and it had me like, is the episode done?
I think they did that on purpose. They used the same technique before in previous episodes too.
Yeah, no.
It was when Alan the Alien was clapping cheeks, and they went
yeah.
back to Mark,
Oh,
and Mark was clapping cheeks
Yeah.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I guess they're
It's a
trying.
thing of theirs, especially like I guess around like romantic scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's been used in every one. So I get like, and it's yeah, I do get what you're saying in that. I feel that too. Like sometimes it's just kind of like it's like, all right, I understand y'all gotta like pivot and try to get the content in there, but it's just kind of like a hard segue, not like a very easy or smooth segue into whatever that next thing is that you're gonna cover. But it go back to what we said before. Some things you just really can't complain too much about, and I feel like this is one of them. At least that's what I keep telling myself, because it's like they got so much content to cover. It's so much still to tell with the story of Invincible. So it's like I'm in regards to the pacing now, I'm not mad at it. One of the things that people hate about stories, but you gotta understand, like it's kind of like an element of stories that just has to exist. It's in every story that we've seen, is where they do kind of have to fit in like the narrative of side relationships or the experience of side characters and little stuff like that. I know people don't necessarily want them. Like, to give you an example, in the most recent episode of Invincible, the idea of when the shrink chick and Rex went to the grocery store, I could see where somebody would be like, I don't need that, why was that in there? But it's just like, that's just how stories go. You know what I mean? Like, it's just nothing you can really do about that. Like, stories built
that
off of little
needed to-
instances like that.
But that's the thing that needed to be in there because that showed how invisible, like the shrink chick, like she been through so much, even being
Yeah.
rebuilt. She wants to
Yeah.
just have maybe a little bit of normalcy just to cook dinner. Like that's all. She wanted
And
to do.
and it shows the
Cook dinner.
pressures of the team altogether. I agree. I do agree that it is sort of somewhat of a necessity, but that's why I don't have it. That's why I personally don't have any complaints. More or less what I'm trying to say is, for the people that do have complaints or stuff like that, you just got to really understand, like, it's just part of storytelling, and you have to kind of fit things in there. And if anything, hopefully the positive side of it could be that it'll allow for us to have more content down the line. I still am confused with the endpoint. I think they said somewhere around, what season is it? Season 4? 3, 4?
Season 3.
Season 3. So I think they're trying to go for 8.
I thought he
I
said
can
6.
kind of 6. Is it 6? It's hard for me to really see it right now. It's really hard for me to see how they'll be able to get everything in the 6 if they stick with like a 8 episode formula. Even at 45-minute episodes. But I do think that this season has done a good job at just trying to kind of push through, just trying to keep going and pushing through, trying to get as much as they can. And it hasn't. It's been. I like how it's been done personally. It's enjoyable to watch, and it's a nice, concise storytelling.
All right.
What about you, Rob?
Invincible. My bad. A lot of shit going on. These first 4 episodes I think have been great. They haven't wasted any time.
Mm-mm.
And just like how y'all were bringing up that point with the Rex and the what is it, Shrieking Adam, I believe.
I can't remember the name.
I can't remember. But nonetheless, it's also showing the growth that Rex has throughout the whole entire series as well.
Mhm.
Because the old Rex wouldn't have been, I guess you would say, as thoughtful as he was with Shrinking Ray. I think it's Shrinking Ray. Shrinking Ray, in that situation type of thing before we know Rex to be the asshole. But I think they're showing everybody's growth and maturity, especially Mark's, throughout this whole entire. He finally put his foot down for Cecil, and specifically their interactions so far have been like some of the most intense scenes that I've seen from a show in quite some time. I'm not gonna lie, where like you can feel that intensity through the screen. Like there's animosity between these two people. Cecil might say that he's in fear, and obviously that might be the main force that's driving him, but it's also possibly anger as well. Like I'm not gonna let you stand. I have to be this way. I have to make these tough decisions for a reason. You show his backstory. You get into the nitty gritty. See how he builds his ethos, and then goes into the world and then acts that shit how he views. So now you kind of see where he's coming from, but also you see where Mark is coming from at the same time. It's that dichotomy that I feel like media sometimes misses. Where if you miss that shit, the whole plot is lost. But if you hit on that shit, it only substantiates that this episode or this season is just that much above the typical caliber that we're accustomed to seeing at this present point in time in media.
I'm not gonna lie. So far, I'm actually fucking with the season, and like you said, Rob, the that cut in between Mark and Cecil was actually crazy. Because at first, I
Hmm.
was definitely on Cecil, on Mark's side. Like Cecil, you keeping the nigga that's making Reanimin, and you keeping Darkwing, but then it's like you using the Reanimin that he's already built for something good. So it's like, okay, now you don't have to. These people are essentially already dead, so you're not risking, anyone else's life. But then it's like when you see Cecil's backstory, and you get to understand that he really was Mark in the past, trying to do everything right. So then when he's like, when he killed those two people, because he's like, no, we're not using this. Like, what are you doing? And dude was like, no, like we can either be the good guys or the ones that can save the world. And then he adopted that philosophy. So then it's like you also realizing he's extending that same grace to Omni Man. Realizing when they first met Omni Man, all he did was lie. And Cecil's like, shit, well, at least we can use this nigga for good. And I don't think what Marcus understands is like your dad wiped out the world's best heroes, like on his own. So I don't think I can trust you. I gotta keep tabs on your family in case he make a comeback. Not only that, but you went and you fought other Viltrumites with this nigga. How do I not know you're poisoned in some type of way? Like I have to take these precautions against you because you would really never know. Like we never knew your father would go and destroy Chicago and just start killing US military people. Like we didn't know he was going to do all that. We wasted money doing that. We lost lives doing that. So it's like if there's even a 1% chance that you might be like your father, we got to take you out. So it's like damn, but I mean like Rob said, at least Mark is putting his foot down and he's trying to prove he's not like his dad. But it's like when you look at the episode through Cecil's eyes, like you're not like your dad, but look how easily you defeated the reanimate. Look how fast you flying across the world. Like I can't even keep up with you with the technology we spending millions on. So it's like at this point you posing more of a threat than your father because I really don't know what's going on. And like to your point now, at first I thought about I did like the scene with Shrinking Ray and Rex because she did die in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
But them keeping her alive is like you're showing the humanity like I can't cook, but I just want to try to cook dinner for everybody so we can just sit down and be normal for once. We just watched one of our teammates almost be killed by Reanimin that we know are evil. Like we always ordering pizza and sitting at the HQ. Like let's try to be normal for once. And then it's like you go outside and they got to fight these bad guys, and it's like damn, like I don't even think I'm gonna get that chance. So I think that like all these characters had these near death experiences, like Monster Girl when she fought Battle Beast. Same thing with Samson. Then it's like Shrinking Ray, she broke all the bones in her body when she was fighting the Lizard League. Rex Splode only got half a brain, and it's so much shit going on for this team. Like they just need some of these moments to feel human, and they really just never get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
And
that
it
I think
all build like knowing how the story goes. I feel like since we all know how invincible like the full story is, it seemed like it's just a lot more fleshed out than even we necessarily were getting. Like some of these things we know how they going to proceed in the future. Like with them making the changes that they did that you noted there, D. Think like just going back to the robot boy. Like we
yeah,
know everything, right, that come with that,
Hmm.
how much does this now, like, no, like them building the feelings and sentiments of this, how much does that make it hit harder when we get to those later elements in the story? That's why I like it. It's good. It's they
I
building
was gonna
on it. But I'm
say,
sorry, I cut you off.
no. I was gonna say another thing. Like we see Cecil's face, like when he's going against. Like we know Mark got stronger, but there's certain moments where that adrenaline kicks in, like the human adrenaline kicks in, because you see when Mark flies away from the reanimin, and Cecil's like Jesus Christ, because you get that like shockwave from Mark flying away, then you get him speeding through, and then when you see him fight the reanimin, it's like, of course they slow it down, but he's fighting so fast and so vicious. Like Cecil's looking at him in disgust, like, yo, like even your father wasn't even doing shit like this. Like I like you proving all the points. Like I still have to keep tabs on you, and I think it's oh my bad, my camera all fucked up. I think it is going pretty well as far as pacing, but like you said, they covering a lot in these 4 episodes. I think, especially with that last one when he went to the future to
Hmm.
take out Immortal. I thought that was gonna take like 2 episodes.
They clinked that up real quick. They was like, no, we got to get through this. D,
Yeah,
also
facts.
to your point with Cecil though, is like, I guess when I was reading more or less this arc, I didn't realize how immature Mark really was to all of this, and I
Hmm.
feel like the show fleshes that out. It makes me understand it better. Like to you, to the point you made, it makes me understand Cecil's point of view a lot clearer. Like how Sage said, I could see both sides. I can still see both sides, but I did not realize how much like and I don't want to, maybe immature is the wrong word, but the emotional strain everything has been on Mark. I could feel it a lot more and how they're breaking everything down in the anime than I could in the comic.
Yeah,
That's all I
It
for
got.
sure.
I'm curious how they're gonna do this, because that's also how they showed that human element with Rex and Shrinking Ray. It's also a even deeper reason why they did that shit now, because they're trying to make somebody fall in love with a specific character. I don't want to spoil it because it's in the comics,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
just know I believe some shit coming up soon. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, right after this arc, I guess they gotta fight. Evens of fighting her nemesis that was shown in the actual her one shot that they released and everything like that. And
The
then
cannon
after the
blast, nigga.
Killer Cannon, yeah, or Kill Cannon, and
Yeah.
then fucking what is it? Invincible War starts right after that. Now I don't
Yeah, that's gonna
know
be
how many
nuts.
episodes they gonna do.
I thought
4?
it was just 8.
8? I mean 8.
8
Yeah.
8
total.
total episodes.
Can
We
they?
episode 4. Invincible War might start at I'm gonna say damn near the end of episode 6.
And take 2 episodes, finish out on that.
Or the middle of episode 6, like you're gonna have to get Angstrom Levy in the episode 5. They tease him. Middle of episode 6, you seeing all these different marks, and he like, yo, what the fuck? And they definitely gonna speed that whole arc up, because they definitely got to tease Conquest at the end of this season.
We
Nah,
on
they
episode
they about
5
to leave
now.
off with They gotta leave off with Conquest after that fight, because literally right after Invincible War doesn't seem like it's a lot because they don't have that much written down for it, but it says the aftermath, and they get Invincible visits Eve, and then some bullshit happens, Buddha the
Wait,
bow, and then Conquest pulls up.
That might
who
open next
just
season.
I mean, we can spoil like future events, right or no?
Yeah, fuck it. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yep.
Spoiler alert: when Robot kills Cecil, when is that during Invincible War?
No.
No, that's way
I don't-
later, right?
Yeah, way later.
Oh, because it was just one of the
That's
clones of
after
Mark
all of the
that had
I
things with the
think I
Bitterman.
think that's after. What's the main character's name? After that, Mark leaves fucking Earth with Eve, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's yes. That's like
because I was confused because it was one video I watched where it was like Mark had to like pull his hair out to look like one of the Invincible clones. so Rex wouldn't recognize him or something, and then Rex ends up killing Cecil. But then, in order for Mark to get back or whatever, he let Rex use like a clone of his body. So Rex is essentially like a Viltrumite in one of these universes or some shit. And I thought that was during the Invincible War. I was like, that'd be hella soon for Cecil to die. They might not even kill Cecil off, to be honest with you.
I don't see him doing it.
Well, see, the thing is, the way that that's the other part, is the way that they show like the backstory with Cecil and everything.
Yeah.
Death isn't like a definite thing in the way that this anime is being shown. I mean, even with the characters that we seen, like the new Guardians, like death isn't. They may be able to change some things around, like how you said Shrinking Ray. You know, she got killed off originally in the series, but they brought her back in the anime. We could see something like that for some of the plot points where more notable characters are hitting their final moment.
Yeah, because Cecil, I would say this season makes me really understand why Cecil does shit like the no nonsense and why he been spying on Omni Man. Because at first I'm like, you spying on Omni Man this whole time, and then you come to find out they knew Omni Man was lying about who he was from the jump.
Yeah.
So that's like, damn, like I have to be on Cecil's side for this shit.
Nah, and then like you said, when you get the flashback, it's like after the flashback episode, I'm like, all right, bro, he got it.
What did y'all think of the battle on the Viltrumite ship?
I thought that was pretty good.
It was cool.
It's a monster, son, and hilarious.
That'll be
He
his
remind-
amount.
Yo, he reminds me of the tiger from Ben 10. You know the one that's like the wrestling tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battle Beast reminds me of him, and it had me rolling. What's good, Pac? Thank you for coming through, man. Appreciate it.
Pac-Man.
Appreciate you, Pac-Man.
They have been
I was
dropping.
saying that-
Oh, go ahead.
My bad. I was saying that like that scene where Alan was like purposely getting beat by the Viltrumite, like
Mhm.
waiting on Omni-Man to come rescue him. It's like, dang, like you seeing a lot of these characters change in this series for sure. I mean, granted, we knew it was gonna happen, but it's different seeing it play out.
The tidbits that they've been dropping, the Easter eggs they've been dropping for what's to come later on down the line. It can't necessarily be a one-to-one to the comics, but it's damn near close. I'm not gonna lie, because reading from the comics to this, you just know what's gonna happen. It's a reason they showing Battle Beast right now. This nigga is a monster. So I'm just excited for everybody that they're introducing at this present point in time. They better end this motherfucker off after the Conquest fight. If they don't, I'm gonna be highly upset. Highly.
Gonna show the Conquest
Sage
fight.
actually
They might
upset
just
about
tease him.
something?
I think because they flipped how some things happen right now. Like Mark wasn't supposed to figure out somebody was spying on him until after everything that's transpired so far. So it seems like they're switching some things just to make up some time. You get multiple stories in a row, and I think they might be able to do probably Kill Cannon next episode, and then Invincible War after that, and then Aftermath be 2 episodes. That'd be nice.
I feel like the Conquest joint, bro. They gonna tease him at the end of the episode, and they're not gonna show a fight right away.
No,
because
that's what I think too.
See a Viltrumite, bro. Every time we see a Viltrumite pop up, they pop up unannounced. Like, and they somehow just find the Viltrumite or whoever they're looking for. Like Anissa popped up unannounced. Omni, like it happens every time. Like when the Viltrumites found Omni Man, it's like, bro, they gonna save Conquest. They gonna have to get a hell of a voice actor for that nigga, because it's like, bro, like you gotta show Conquest and then show him up against Mark, and then bam, like it's gonna be like, to be continued type shit.
We definitely think that by the end of the season we'll at least see Conquest.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe that too. I think we'll see. I don't know how much we'll get, Sage, but I do completely agree. And the reason why I say that is because of this last episode, when Alan and Omni-Man broke out. That point that Omni-Man made, like, they're not gonna follow us because they only down to like 50 of them right now. So I think that I think that foreshadows the idea of Conquest coming after Mark.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it would make sense for that to come at the end of this, even if it's something that we just kind of get a preview of into the next season, and to give people something to be hyped about.
I think they might really end it off in 2 episodes with that Conquest joint, or at least 1.5. Use 1.5 for Invincible War. Use the other 1.5 for the Aftermath. I think.
Invincible War.
Oh,
And
You
they
don't think it's gonna take
teased.
2 episodes for that?
I don't think the Invincible, because the Invincible War didn't really take that long. It doesn't seem. They
So I'm
kept
saying
it.
it's about a movie. Like that's the thing too, is 2 episodes is about like a short movie, 45.
Yeah.
It's like a shorter. It's like a short movie, so they could possibly do that in 2 episodes.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, they got to show like the mom's relationship with the new dude. They got to show the scolding of Oliver. Still, they got to show what's going to happen with the Maulers or whatever. Or they going to touch on Duplicate and her brother too. I'm pretty sure.
And then they foreshadowed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not this most recent episode, but the last episode they already did the foreshadowing and didn't really touch it on everything that obviously leads into the Invincible War. The spy bot thing in the window that Mark had crushed, and then they talked about it a little bit in this most recent episode. So if they go gung ho into it next episode, which where we at? We at 5 or 6.
All right,
We're
5
episode
for the
5.
next one.
5 at the next one. So yeah, if they just go gung ho into it for the next episode, since they already kind of did the foreshadowing, it is possible 5 and 6. It could be the majority of it. Maybe you have a little bit going to 7, but if 7 go directly into Conquest, they could potentially do, to Sage's point, they could potentially do 2 episodes with Conquest. We can't go anywhere else though. We can't go outer space. Is there anything outer space that would happen
But
that
I
I'm
mean, if
missing
you
from
think
the
about it,
comic?
from the Conquest fight, he has to kill Conquest in that first battle. So you think they're gonna introduce Conquest and then show him killed in his first scene as a Butcher might come in to get Mark?
Yeah.
And then nothing else for another season?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I can see that.
He's supposed to be that. He's supposed to be that nigga.
If they show Conquest and they don't end this fight in this season, I promise you there will be major ramifications that these niggas will go through from the audience standpoint. Just as much as y'all said that y'all hated that mid-season break, which is understandably so, imagine you got a full season break in a mid-fight with a Viltrumite that Mark actually looks like he might have an advantage over. He might actually get a W, or if you're a comic reader, you know he's gonna get the W at some point. Spoiler alert! But for them to end it halfway,
yeah, that'd be
nigga,
crazy.
you know how much shit they would get.
That'd be
makes sense,
yeah, that
'cause-
would be crazy.
Because they did talk about will Mark be able to fight a Viltrumite, and then Donald was like, "We believe so." But then it's like we haven't seen that. We've seen him fight the Reanimant, and we've seen like bits and pieces of him going crazy. But they were like, "No," he said, "Do you think he would have been able to beat that girl Viltrumite that was here?" They were like, "We believe he could, but we're still uncertain. If he does beat Conquest, they'd be like, okay," because she even said he's worse than she is. So yeah, end of the season, if they show that training actually paid off, that would be okay. That would be
Well, I
crazy.
mean, and to Sage's point, he been doing a lot this season. Like in terms of training, in terms of fights, in terms of psychological measures, not even just this season, last season too. He been training well enough to where if they show him getting a W at the end of the season, it's not like it wouldn't make like it don't feel like they didn't show us enough beforehand.
I feel
We
like they
can't
just-
have
they
that
to show a little bit
excused.
more, because if they said that they think he could beat her, because when they
Invincible War.
described her, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like they have to show him going like all out in that war. Because I mean, she did defeat that kaiju just flying through the shit. They said she moved faster than Omni Man. So they like, if she said a nigga worse than me coming, like they got to show this in Invincible War. Like, okay, Invincible is actually that nigga now, so he can
Yeah.
take on whatever coming to her.
With an hour and a half total time, I feel like they could.
Yeah,
That point can get proven in an hour and a half, and then you spend the next hour and a half confirming it for the audience. Yeah.
for sure.
And it's also not like Mark is fighting this nigga by himself either. He's gonna have help. So even
huge.
if he's not as strong as Conquest, he has people around him that at least evens out, if not gives him the better shot.
Ooh, question, was Oliver in that fight?
Oliver was in that fight.
Oh, I remember what happened. Oh, yeah.
And I think it's the restraint too, because when you saw, like, we keep saying Mark keep getting beat, and he keeps saying like he's holding back or whatever. They're like, "Yo, it's like you got to stop that," because you see what happens. Oliver jumped on the scene and was like, "You've been having trouble with these blue niggas," and he killed them niggas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, like if that's the case, Invincible could have been doing this.
All of that, the build up, I do agree with Sage. The build up is for him to like face Conquest at the end of this season. The build up has been around it. I can see where people would be kind of like would be upset. Like, what did you build us up for this for?
Yeah, cliffhanger type shit, just showing him floating over Earth or something, and then cut it.
Ah,
You're like, yeah, nah.
people can't. I agree with Sage. People can't. It was already enough riffraff over the mid season. They can't do that again. Mm-mm. Good season though. Like it so far. No complaints.
And it'd be perfect how they ended off with the rest of the, cause the fight is just one piece, but the mental aspect after that Mark goes to is even more important, man. This man, what is this? Jonathan Kirkland? I said Jonathan Kirkland. Is it?
Robert Kirkland.
Robert Kirkland. Yeah, this nigga is cold, dog. He a master with the pen, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But all right, yeah, Invincible.
Did Walking Dead too, right? T.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's really good. He is.
Man's a master with the pen. Didn't he do fucking The Boys too?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Jeez Louise. All right, this nigga really is a master of the pen. He getting probably hella bread right now too. Y'all want to do PlayStation State of Play? I'm not gonna lie.
That
Now
shit
I'm
was
thinking about it
big.
more.
Just talk about it. We don't have to go full on into detail. It's very underwhelming.
Y'all, I didn't see it, so y'all let me know.
I'd much rather just go to DBZ and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And
Did
see if we
we
can just talk about it.
Did we
there.
get Wolverine?
No.
They didn't show
No.
Wolverine. They
No
didn't
Wolverine.
show
I don't
Kingdom
care.
Hearts 4.
Oh, I don't
So,
care.
It's a lot of stuff that they didn't show.
It was Monster
That's
Hunter.
what I want to see. Is those?
It was Monster
two.
Hunter, and WWE got a park now, like 2K.
Bruh.
They wasted a State of Play.
And they
Niggas
brought it
having a
back to that.
scary home.
They wasted 2 State of Plays because one
State of Plays.
It's 20 minutes. This one was 40 minutes long.
Bruh. This don't make no
And this was the comeback.
sense, man.
Off the comeback?
No sense, man. PlayStation, you fumbling the bag right now, bro. Xbox about
Those
to
are the two things I want to see though is Kingdom Hearts, and I
And they-
love Kingdom Hearts.
They had no Ghost of Yote either. Nothing. No new trailer. Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing from the the new Naughty Dog game. Not a fucking peep. Not a fucking peep out of Wolverine.
None of the
as if this
Kojima.
isn't
None of the Kojima game.
nothing from Koji. Oh wait, was it? No, it wasn't.
Nope. They didn't.
Like we got Monster Hunter and a fucking park system for WWE. Like that was
We
ever
know
fucking needed.
absolutely nothing about that Kojima game, and
Like,
given that
also-
it's supposed to be like that follow up to Silent Hill, it's crazy. We ain't. They should be teasing that more. They should be like doing little things, like nothing big, but like little things. I don't know whether that's on Kojima or whether that's on PlayStation, but like, I'm not talking about
surprised they
the
didn't
walk
show
the Last Man Standing follow up. I'm not talking about that crap. I don't really like that game. The one where he like walking with the baby. I got the name
Death
messed
Stranding.
up.
Oh,
Death
that's
Stranding. I'm not talking about that follow up. I'm talking about this whole new title that's supposed to be coming from Kojima. They should be
Yeah.
teasing that more.
Something. Probably gotta
But
get
the
some
thing
exclusive
is,
rights on
they're
GTA.
not
Some.
They're not gonna show that during a State of Play. That would be more of a big event like the Video Game Awards or E3. So if they're gonna show something, it's gonna be either the PlayStation Showcase or later on this year, the big one that's in Japan, or some if it's not if the title for Kojima is not under Sony itself and it's under like Bethesda or anything else, then it will be shown during E3 in June.
I hope so because y'all gotta build hype around these titles. Not that they
wait,
like don't
not
call
E3,
it,
probably
but
like one of those events during the summer.
September. Oh,
Like usually
okay.
it's like July or August. E3 is dead. I forgot. E3's dead. E3 died 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. D, you was saying something?
They missed out, yeah, they skipped an Insomnia video game. You said
They
Insomnia.
not
Marvel's
Insomniac.
Wolverine.
They didn't show the Wolverine game.
Wolverine game, or they didn't keep up with the same pace that they had with the other Spider-Man game. Albeit they did get a leak. I guess I gotta give them some type of benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, y'all were riding such a huge wave from Spider-Man to Miles Morales. And you capitalized upon it with dropping Miles Morales. You dropped Spider-Man 2, and then you drop potential new people like Cindy Moon possibly being a player into it. But then we hear leaks that a possible Venom game is going to come out, and you also don't drop any DLC for the Spider-Man 2. Like, you just leaving money on the table right now. You're not capitalizing on shit. You got modders that are fucking creating the same game that you canceled because I guess it was too difficult for you to goddamn create a multiplayer Spider-Man game. Something that has never been done before. You could have capitalized upon that shit and made yourself a fucking killing. And yet you're leaving money on the board. For what fucking reason, I don't know.
but wasn't there a lot of pushback from that leak? Everybody was like, "Yo, they leaked this shit and it looks absolutely terrible."
No, people were excited. I mean, it was an early beta, so if people are saying it looks terrible, they're just not using reality to form what the fuck their opinion is at that present point in time. A fucking early version of beta, even in the programming phase, still you had fucking objects in that bitch that still had the code on the motherfucker instead of the actual picture.
That's how it be, though.
My nigga, it's not gonna. This is not gonna look great. But you could see where it was going. Where you like, hey, this is the same creator that made Spider-Man, but this doesn't feel like Spider-Man. This actually feels like how Wolverine would maneuver and be going from place to place, and just destruction follows this nigga because this nigga is a loose cannon.
Yeah.
It seemed like that. It seemed like they capitalized on that. So if I was an Insomniac, I'd have been like, okay, double down on this shit. I think they had some layoffs too. They had to lay off some people because of some budget restrictions, I guess. But at the same time, bro, come on, man. Come on, Insomniac.
Wolverine's rank was teased, what, 2022?
I believe so.
Or 2023?
Earliest was probably 2 years ago, I believe. I think it was 2 years.
Like right at the tail end of PS5, before the PS6 comes out. Literally, because it's 2025.
It's about to be soon. They doing the 6.
We're looking at a new PS6 come 2027, 2028.
Yo, Marvel's Wolverine,
which is crazy.
Was 20.
It's not crazy. Yeah. I agree with Tito. It's probably going to be at the tail end. Because as wild as it seems, it's not crazy, but he right. Another system coming. It's not going to be long before another system. They going by the end of 2026, they going to give an announcement like PS6. Dun dun. You going to be like, what? Imagine how I'm going to feel. I'm getting my P5 likely at some point this year. And for me to know I'm going to have a 2-year shelf life on this thing.
No.
Before they about to be like,
get that PC.
Hey, bruh.
Just wait for the P6 at this point, damn.
Honestly, but no, it's too many games. It's too many games, bro. A Wolverine game potentially coming out. Kingdom Hearts. It's too many. Grand Theft Auto. Too many games that I like. Like, they weren't making games that I really cared too much about, or they weren't developing them too much to where I was like, I need to get a P5. But now they making games that I'm like, okay, I want to play this.
Bro, with that coming out in 2021, y'all don't think it's like
Too
taking
soon.
too long for them to put out something from that Wolverine game.
Oh yeah, but like you said, see, this is the thing. I really do think companies just got to stop like listening to people complain, because people got to complain for every single thing, every single. And what happens is now we having so many complaints that now people actually like, no, we need to go back. No, we need to
You
do
don't
this
know what
again.
the filter, what is actual criticism, and what is just niggas just being butthurt. about some shit.
Sometimes it's needed, like Sonic, right? We saw what they was doing with Sonic. And then everybody was like, "Oh no."
It was
That
easy.
looked-
Yeah.
But that was a good example of that. But not everything is the Sonic example.
It's easy because everybody pinpointed exactly on that. It was people from both sides of the aisle, whether
Yeah.
if we're divided as a country, people on the left and right, both like, nigga, this is not the Sonic that we grew up on. This shit looks ass.
He looks
And they all
scary.
said that. But then when you got other movies like a Captain America, it's hard to appease to a certain demographic of individuals
gonna
while
win.
also trying to appease to the other demographics of people. It's always going to be somebody that has a problem with that shit. Everybody got a mouth like just as much as everybody got an ass, and shit come out of it both ways. So it just happens like that. And you just got to accept that. And
Yeah, you just gonna have to take, like, look, if it's gonna be an L, just don't let it be a Sonic L, like the direction they was going. But if you're not getting feedback, like the Sonic example, you gotta put out what you got. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't.
yeah. Insomniac has bought us the benefit of the doubt. They might have lost some favor with some people for Spider-Man 2 because of various reasons. Nonetheless, you still have produced, which I think if you want to criticize Spider-Man 2, you can't say it's an ass game. You could probably say it's an alright to good game, but it wasn't anything earth-shattering like the first Spider-Man was, because everything was coupled in that shit. But
We have 4 years though. To D's point, we have 4 years.
that is a little nuts.
4
A little
years from
bonkers.
now,
And to T's point, it's probably gonna be 6 years, 5 to 6 years.
they gotta stop with these teasers, goddamn.
Drop the trailer on the niggas.
Because even
Yeah,
to
we had
Rob's
a
point,
whole
that Spider-Man
thing.
2 teaser that came out when it was Spider-Man and Miles and Peter, and they was fighting Venom in the street. You thought it was gonna be a whole different type of game, low key. Because well, I don't know if we had the show at that point. We was talking about like if it was gonna be some co-op shit too, and it wasn't that at all.
Yep.
I hope one day we are able to gain access to certain gaming events that go on. Obviously, they're dwindling, but still be able to go and actually speak to some of these representatives for some of these companies. Because I'd question the hell out of Insomniac right now. Like, bro, please get your head in the game. We want y'all to succeed. At that and the Captain America and fucking Black Panther game. They dropped what a gameplay trailer for that shit. Nigga,
Bro.
I've heard nothing from it, bro. Nothing. They haven't dropped anything about
That
it.
was a full on like trailer, like not a trailer, but like a little like a solid teaser trailer. That wasn't nothing small. They had the cinematics and everything behind it. They just said, "What y'all mean? What y'all talking about? We don't know what
Yeah.
y'all talking about." That's crazy. That's wild. I forgot totally about that. Wolverine. They dropped like, man, that's wild.
PlayStation
2026, 2026 probably 2026, 2027.
But if they release, I'm still excited for them to do an X-Men game. Supposedly they're gonna create that, so hopefully it's a.
Give me a
co-op game.
Krakoa
Yep. Mm-hmm.
where you got people come, like you can go through the gates.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, and you be back in like New York. You go through the gate, you in New York with a team that you assemble or that the game assemble for you.
Fire.
Some GTA 5 shit.
You step through another gate, you like in Russia.
Supposedly, now that you brought this is a random topic. Now that you brought up GTA 5, I supposedly saw a rumor today that they're searching or trying to reach an October 28th release date
Yeah.
for this year for GTA.
You believe
6.
it?
Supposedly.
You believe it?
Usually the big, if I'm not mistaken, the big tier Rockstar games that they have released, some of them have released during that October release date. I feel like that's kind of their sweet spot, so to say. Because they know that they're going to have this shit on lock. If GTA is dropping, niggas change up their release date just off the simple premise of when GTA is dropping. We're not dropping on the same week, nor the same weekend, damn near 2 weeks with GTA. We leave them niggas in a corner of their own because they have deserved the right to own that magnitude, which is some crazy big step and talk right there. Nonetheless, supposedly they have dropped a couple of their top tier titles in October. So I don't know. They haven't released the trailer, but usually GTA doesn't really give us super in-depth content before they release a Grand Theft Auto, if I'm not mistaken. Probably if it was a Red Dead Redemption, they would show more of the story elements, all of that jazz. But I don't believe they really go in depth with the marketing campaigns for Grand Theft Auto. I don't believe so. They'll probably have like a gameplay trailer showing the shit, but not try and give too much. But I would hope so. That would shake up the game. That would put the staple on 2025. If we're looking at it right now, it's shaping up to be a pretty good year. And Fantastic Four come out this year too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nigga.
Movie wise, it's a lot of good movies that come out. Game wise, it's a lot of good games that come out.
Like, oh Lord. We don't even know when Ghost Yote come out. Imagine they say November. Hoo-wee!
I don't know if I believe the GTA though.
I don't know either. It
Give me one
depends. It
second.
depends on if they push it back. They have the propensity to be able to push it back, but who knows?
Your ID, huh? Didn't need that.
So
Yo, Rob, did we lose you? Yo, Derek,
Yeah.
did we lose? Yo, now you there? Yep, we lost him.
I was about to say, I'm like, you taking a long time to read something.
Yeah, who you telling?
my bad. Hello.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, my shit tweaked out. I forgot what I was saying.
Nile froze. I was like, oh, what's going on?
But I was saying, out of 1 out of 10, what would y'all rate that state of play?
4.
4.
I agree with T. It was some, some cool shit they showed, but it wasn't like what you thought you were gonna get with all this news and everything hyped up. I for sure thought we was gonna get the Wolverine shit though.
All he had to do was just show one of those games. That's all he had to do.
Yep. That's all. I think we can do Toriyama. We gotta shout out Toriyama. In his grave, this man is producing top tier content. Top tier content, and we just love to see it. If you haven't watched Dragon Ball Diamond, a recent episode, please turn off right now because we will spoil this in all its glory. But Toriyama has done something that the fans have been requesting for quite some time, and he has finally made Super Saiyan 4 a canon transformation in the Dragon Ball universe. And I have to... Oh, I thought I froze again. Y'all niggas mighty quiet over there.
Nah, we here.
I was waiting on you to finish.
We are
I'm just saying.
quite excited. That looks so cold.
Saying.
Cold. I kind of...
But here's the
I'm
thing, why
still
is
trying
his hair
to
not
get...
Black?
Oh, yeah, that's
GT
true.
His hair was black.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
SSJ4, isn't that when?
Oh,
It was in GT.
no, because I seen something where they was talking with the creators or the people that picked this up on Toriyama's behalf, and they were like they wouldn't use this transformation if it wasn't gonna be a staple going forward type of thing. So you remember when Beerus and Whis first came to Earth and they were speaking about the Super Saiyan God, and it was somebody that was shown that looked like a form type of thing. I believe the form is more similar to Super Saiyan 4, and I think Goku, when he finally reaches the ultimate form, I guess, versus Black Frieza, it'll be a combination of this fur form as well as his Ultra Instinct. So like an Ultra
Oh,
Instinct.
so they're
Super
really
Saiyan
gonna do
4.
white fur Goku. That's been a thing since I was a child.
Yep.
That would be crazy if that's actually a thing. You remember that they used to have that? They had a white hair,
Saiyan 5?
long hair
Yep.
Goku with white fur.
Super Saiyan
Mhm.
5.
Okay.
Niggas was going crazy, man.
Yeah, I
When he
love this stuff.
transformed, we was like, ooh, if he did have black hair, that probably would have been a little bit better. I knew something was throwing me off here with this.
I
jump.
liked it because I knew that it was supposed to be different. Like, that's the thing. It's supposed to be different from GT, but it did want to pull on some of the element of GT.
Mhm.
So I was cool with it because I'm like, okay, well, this is like GT and the first Super Saiyan or the movie with Beerus, Destruction, God of Destruction, whatever it was called.
Mhm.
Gods.
It's kind of, it feel like an in between a GT and Battle of the Gods. Like it looks like what that would look like before the movie. So I'm like, all right, yeah, that's cool. Cause think about it. If like the whole thing with Goku as he get into these god forms is supposed to be a mastering of him to where it gets simpler and simpler and simpler, right? Like when we get the Ultra Instinct, he don't really have that many changes. Yeah, he got the like white hair form and all of that. But like when he simplify it even further, it's just regular Goku. I think I got it right. I might have it inverted. But
Nope, we lost it.
the fact that it's supposed to be like it's like a simplified version. It makes super like this version of Super Saiyan 4 makes Super Saiyan God look like the refined version of Super Saiyan 4.
Mhm.
Like when Goku is at the point where he can fully have mastery over the power that is afforded to him in Super Saiyan 4, it becomes Super Saiyan God. So I was cool with it. I'm like, yeah, I get the going with the red hair. I get the going with the red eyes, with all of that. My thing is, do you think that we'll see this Super Saiyan 4 form in any other media?
I think we'll actually see it in the manga because we already have a new person that they have to face, aka new villain, aka
Is
Black
it still
Frieza.
going? Wait, time out. Is that still a thing?
The manga is still going.
It left off with Goku fighting
Superhero.
Is it?
No, it left off
It-
not just superhero. It
it-
left off with Goku fighting Gohan and Broly fighting Gohan
Oh, yeah.
when they were on Barris's planet.
And Gohan with his beast mode and everything
Yeah.
like that. I
So when is the next chapter?
forgot. That's a great question.
I don't think until they say like, yeah, we doing chapters again. I don't believe it. I need to like see. I need somebody to say. Dude, Toriyama passing away was a major.
The
That
next
was a
chapter of Dragon Ball
major
Super
hit.
is expected to be released in February 2025 as a one-shot chapter. The chapter will be titled Chapter 104.
We 16 days into February. When that mug? When that dropping?
Dragon Ball Super went on a hiatus after the death of its creator, Akira Toriyama, R.I.P. The manga returned with the one-shot chapter, obviously, this month. The chapter will mark the beginning of the franchise's next phase without Toriyama. So they are continuing that.
But like
Man.
again, if it
Oh,
we
3
at the
days.
16th,
3 days.
they got a date.
I'm looking at Shonen
Three-
Jump that says
4 days, yeah, February
12th.
12th.
Okay now. Okay now.
Oh, it
Mhm.
drops the same day as Boruto. Like it.
Oh,
Yes, it's about to be. I was just about to say, Sage is gonna be lined up with Boruto.
And we
Feel
got
like a child
Invincible.
again. Feel like a child again. Feel like a
And we got
child.
Solo Leveling too. And Sokka sprinkling some Sakamoto days in that goddamn dish
Feel
too.
like a
Yo.
child again.
Can y'all explain why
Naruto and
SSJ4 wasn't canon?
it was a separate series. So like
Yeah.
Toriyama didn't do it. It was basically what we're getting with Super. It was that, but America's version, right? It was too popular. They didn't want it to stop there, so they made GT. I think it's just by some white dude that was a major fan. Like I honestly think it was like some fan fiction.
So GT isn't canon?
No,
GT is canon now. It's canon
now it is. Now, currently.
because they.
But
did
it
a
wasn't.
side
That wasn't
story.
the case
But
originally.
here's the thing: they did a side story. Dragon Ball's. I forgot what it was called. It was on YouTube. Dragon Ball. Keep talking. I'm gonna figure it out. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
Okay,
but that was
because I
something that if it became canon, D, that was something that was done recently. Because for the longest time, it wasn't. It was not canon. It was something that didn't have even Akira Toriyama's input. You
so
know,
when he
at
went
all. in it.
SSJ4, niggas was like, "What is this?"
It was not liked. It was hated. GT was hated for a very long time. I like GT. I didn't hate GT. I thought GT was kind of cool. I thought the little spin that they did with Shinron in GT was cool. I was like, that makes sense to be the next hero or the next villain. Is like,
A dragon.
the series is called Dragon Ball. It makes sense for the next villain to be something from the Dragon Balls. I thought it was logically it made sense and
Super
it was
Dragon
cool
Ball
with me.
Heroes. That's what it was called.
Oh, that's what you
Dragon
was
Ball
talking about.
Heroes.
And Toriyama said that all that's canon because the writer that did that is taking over. Is pretty much taking over his work. He said that stuff is canon. So Super Saiyan 4 is canon because.
So all of the stuff in Heroes is canon.
It's a different multiverse.
So
A different
anything in
timeline
Heroes
kind of
is
thing,
free
yeah.
game now.
Free game.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I
I don't know. I don't know how much.
think
that
it's
we
nice
should see.
because I think Heroes was a surprising fan favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard quite a good.
Yeah, but
good
it's like
reviews from
the
Heroes.
the fusions and all of that come out of it, and the power ups that come out of it is like, all right, bro, like we doing
It's
a
crazy.
lot here.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he'll be everything, but I think he I guess has a good grasp of how the power system works, how you can bend it, I guess, to your will in order to fit a story. Because they're gonna have to do some crazy power. I don't think Goku in his present state can't beat Black Frieza. I don't think Gohan will probably be able to beat Black Frieza in his present state. He might provide a better fight, but that's about it at this present point in time.
I'm super happy that it's resuming to some extent. We might get the one shot, and then I don't know how much content past the one shot. But at least knowing that it's moving forward, even if it's slow, I'm cool with it because I do want to see. It makes sense to, even if it's the end. Like if they end it on Black Frieza, I'm cool with that because we need to just let me see Black Frieza. Let me see what comes out of that. And then if you want to be done with it after that, cool. You already did the Cell thing. You already did the Boo thing. It kind of like went in reverse order when you think about it. Like the original Dragon Ball Z was Frieza, Cell, and then Boo, and now it went Boo-ish arc with Miro, Cell arc with the movie that we saw with Gohan Extreme or whatever that crazy design was.
Mhm.
And then now Frieza, if they wanted to end at that note, like we went forward, then we went backward, we went all where we ended with what we started on. I'd be cool with that because you can't have Vegeta go like crazy again. That wouldn't make sense. He got a family and all of that, so yeah,
These
I'm
niggas
cool with
better,
that. Just end on. I want to see it.
these niggas better hurry up and animate Moro and Granola. That's all I care about. Animate that shit. Animate the fuck out of them shits, please. All right then. We have your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I think this will be the last one. Or we probably can get through Sakamoto Days quickly since it's only one episode. But your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man 3 episodes. They introduced the Scorpion a huge way. They go more in depth about Doc Ock. Sprinkle in some more Norman Osborn backstory, I guess, or trickery that he might be playing from Spider-Man's standpoint, sprinkling some more development for Harry and Nico, and again, create a lot of development for Peter in a way that's fresh and inspiring when you watch it. I'm not gonna lie, that fight scene with Scorpion, the animation is it's literally like you open up the comic and now you watching the shit. You watching it play out on the pages in front of you or on the screen in front of you in this instance. But that Scorpion fight was nice. How it ended was beautiful.
I'm gonna say this: they're pulling out the stops for having Scorpion do what he did. For him to actually unalive somebody.
Yeah, I was shocked by that.
Expecting that. I was not expecting that.
He did that in the
kind
first
of
fight?
off camered it a little bit, but it's you still like even if you a kid would have known what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Was that after he got the suit or that was before?
That was after
When he got the
suit,
suits,
when they
yeah,
went to the 110
warehouse.
The warehouse?
Mhm.
Who did he end up?
He killed one of the 110 members.
Mhm.
Oh, snap.
You just kind of see it in the air, and then like you know what happened though. You know, and everybody like gasped, like everybody around the room. It's like, oh no, but like you knew what happened. It's like, oh wow, for a children's program that's very grounded in like children-y world, this is
Even how
lot.
Peter got stabbed, boy.
Yeah,
I'll
honestly.
tell you. That was serious, my brother.
Yep.
I was like, ooh, this is good television right here. This is great television right here. So excited, man. How y'all feeling about those episodes?
It's hidden. It's
I like
hidden.
it.
I have no qualms with it. They doing their thing with the Spider-Man series.
A really
I
pleasant
like the
surprise.
design of the Scorpion joint too, though.
Yeah, it's
Like,
really
it's not
giving
like
the
it's
old school
scary.
feel.
Yeah, for sure.
And isn't that what happened in the comics too? Like it got seared onto his skin, or that
I
suit.
don't even know.
I don't know, but I do feel like that's familiar. Like that something about that seems familiar.
Yeah.
Like that's what happened in the original one.
Yeah, Doc Ock actually looked like a boss in this motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's clean. Traditional design. I love it.
And they pulling
And
the
they got hockey.
cameos. The cameos
You
in
said
this motherfucker is going
So,
crazy.
I got a question. His friend Nico, who is she supposed to be?
She is also a superhero in the comics.
Yeah.
Where I
Is
think
she?
she uses
I know,
magic.
because
Yeah.
her, if you notice when she was driving, her thing would glow and tell her to go left, right, or to keep
Yeah.
herself alive.
I didn't even peep that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Tombstone. Tombstone is not a very celebrated or known Spider-Man villain, and like they really putting a story behind him.
I fuck with
As somebody
Tombstone.
I do too. As somebody who was reading the comic books when I was a kid, that like they put in elements that and that's where I got so much like the more that the series goes on, the more that I really enjoy it. Is because to Sage's point, it is a lot like like reading something out of the comic books more than anything else that I've seen, even in the animated Spider-Man feel outside of the original Spider-Man. And the fact that they taken a Tombstone story and they really just like that is the one of the main characters that they doing a story behind. I feel like that's like unique in regards to what most people would do with Spider-Man. You know, most people would say, no, this whole season is just gonna focus on Norman Osborn or on Dr. Ock or on Lizard, which Lizard is done really I'm enjoying that. That's done very. But the fact that they took a character like Tombstone, which like D, like you said, I do like that character. It's nice. It's dope. It's real cool.
It's beautiful to see, man. And the cameos for the superhero Iron Man, how Iron Man pulled up.
Yep.
Icy, dog. Fucking
Daredevil.
Daredevil fight. Icy. Even when we seen the glider, when the glider pulled up to save, spoiler
That
alert,
was sweet.
to
Yeah.
save this man, bruh. we like, oh, they're really going all in. And I think I think it's 2 episodes left if I'm not mistaken. I think they left off on
It's
episode
one
8.
of those series. I wish it was more episodes.
Yeah, I wish. I think they are already greenlit for multiple seasons though. So I'm curious where they really take this. This is genuinely like one of my favorite. It might be beating out Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'm not gonna lie. In regards to just Spider-Man content, how the story is progressing, how the stakes are, even though it's street level, the
It's
stakes
so
are still high.
unique.
Yeah.
Why can't they do unique like this in the actual like MCU world? They do a little bit, but
They
like
don't
this is like different.
They ain't tapping into it like this.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
you could tap into a bit more in the shows, though. Like you said, showing the cameos and all that. In the movie, they would probably have to flesh out Scorpion or flesh out Doc Ock or Norman Osborn. They
Yeah.
couldn't focus on.
Sure.
But I mean, they could, but I kind of like it in the show form.
But like even the idea like no MJ right now,
Yeah, it's kind
she might could popped up. She could pop up, but like having the fact here's where I was like, oh, maybe she won't pop up. They had Harry say, "Go get him, Tiger," which is Mary Jane's line. That is Mary Jane and Spider-Man, like a mug. And to have Harry do it, I was like, oh, they
That's
really
different.
not introducing Mary Jane.
Uh-huh.
It's so different. It's just super. I like it though. It's like
They said
I'm like, this
fuck
is like
Mary
a
Jane.
modern. This
It's
feels
completely
like
different.
a modern. Like if you retold the Spider-Man story, and you were trying to make it fit for more of a modern, like the kids of today. This seems like the appropriate way to do that. Like not Miles Morales. I get it, Miles Morales. So, but we gotta respect Miles Morales as his own character, right? Yes, that is for the kids of today as well. But if you were to redo Peter Parker's Spider-Man for the kids of today, that's what this series feels like right now.
You love to see it. Hitting on all cylinders. All right. We got Sakamoto Days. Y'all want to talk about that episode?
Yeah, we could talk.
Yeah.
About it. The latest episode is pretty heat. They take on the sniper. They take on the sniper. And
Yeah.
he
Just like how you said that, it's pretty
Yeah.
heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was heat because it was hilarious. I actually enjoyed it because you actually see Sakamoto actually use a firearm, and the way he does it is in an airsoft gun tournament that they having. But then the sniper finally realizes that's who Sakamoto really is. Like he walks into the daggone store and it's like, "Yo, I'm looking for Sakamoto." And everybody's like, "Oh no, Sakamoto here." But the store is named Sakamoto. There's a lot of Sakamotos in the area, like 200 million. And he starts freaking out, like, "I gotta get this done as quickly as possible. I ain't gonna have no money. I haven't eaten breakfast or anything. I'm sitting here starving." And they're trying to avoid this man. Then come to find out, he tries to go to the airsoft gun place because it's a million yen on the line for it, and he ends up joining Sakamoto's team. And the one chick that gets really drunk pretty much out Taro Sakamoto, and the sniper ends up tailing out trying to take him out. And no, the sniper, he's not good at anything else but sniping. His bullets has this ability to ricochet off of 3 different points so that his opponents don't know who or what is coming their way. So with that being said, like you see Sakamoto like start fixing, like understanding the timing of the bullets and ends up defeating the guy. But then in the midst of it, Sakamoto and Shin end up winning the airsoft gun, and they only give this man 50 yen, even though he was a part of their team. And he's like, "Wait, why am I only getting 50 yen? Because you destroyed half the town." So in the midst of him going after them, switching to his real gun, he literally destroys everything in that area when he wasn't supposed to. But I like how you actually get to see the seriousness out of Sakamoto now that his wife pretty much let the reins off, even though he still can't kill people. But you see him actually getting serious in his fights. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing how the rest of the series goes.
Now, did you see the following episode, T?
The latest episode was the sniper one.
Mm-mm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I can't be that behind.
The
Big
episode.
episode?
You read it, right, T? You read Sakamoto Days too,
I'm in the
right?
midst of starting to read it.
But you further than the series is
No,
right
I'm
now,
not.
right?
Nope.
No. Okay. I'm gonna just say one word. You remember the lab?
No. The last episode I seen before the sniper one was Boyle. The fight with Boyle.
So the latest episode is about the mind reading dude. I don't remember any characters' names, but the mind reading dude's hometown or the home he grew up in. It's this place called the Lab.
No, literally the latest episode is the sniper episode. I'm looking at it right now on Netflix.
Episode 7.
Episode 6.
Oh yeah, I gotta get you them. I gotta get you them.
Oh yeah, no, you're ahead.
I gotta get you them
I'm
sources.
on Netflix.
The next, all right, I'm gonna tell you this. The next episode is nice. I ain't gonna spoil it since y'all didn't see it,
I'll get
but
my
it's
hands on
nice.
it. I'll get my
I
hands
thought,
on
see,
it.
you read it, so I got y'all. You read it though, so that's why I thought you might have knew
No,
what happened at this
I'm
part.
trying not to spoil anything for people. That's why I'm just trying to keep that one just to the anime of where they're at.
Shin, that's his name, ain't it?
Yeah, Shin.
Y'all said Shin, yeah. That okay? I'm gonna send. I got y'all. I'm gonna send you.
Sage, you good? You look like you about to pass out.
Yeah. I was looking at some.
Looking at a little something. All right, hold on. Let me. Yeah, it was good though. The episode with the sniper was really cool. I like how they keep the emotion going. T. I'm 100% with you in that regard. It was funny. I actually did enjoy the humor in this episode. Additionally, let me think about that one again. I do want to see more of the sniper dude.
Yep.
And then the other thing is Sakamoto with the airsoft guns. He was like on some John Wick.
Yes,
So like I really kind of want to see more of him on that level.
But what killed me?
Preferably.
He took a rock.
Yeah, and crushed the whole sniper.
Destroyed his sniper.
That was
Yeah,
crazy.
that was wild.
Bro.
Here we go. I got you right
My man
now.
said, "Whew."
I just realized that Kaiju number. I haven't heard anything about Kaiju number 8.
In terms of it coming back,
Yeah.
It's going to be coming back, but I'm not sure when.
did you see the manga? But have you been reading the manga?
No, that's what I was asking about. It just came out with one January 30th. Oh, it's every. Is it every 2 weeks?
Read that.
Read. It look. Oh.
Read that.
Oh.
I
okay.
forgot about it. I ain't read it in a while, and then I saw a YouTube video kind of spoiled a little bit of it for me, and I was like, okay, I'm about to go read this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you need to
yeah.
read.
Matsumoto.
Oh, you need to, yeah, bro.
Nigga nasty. All right, though. I think that was it. Oh yeah. Sakamoto Days was pretty good for me as well. Just to see how they're. I could have swore he was gonna join their team after. I'm not gonna lie. How they introduced him and gave him, I guess, his little backstory and everything like that. What I'm curious is how long is the manga series of Sakamoto Days so far? Is it pretty far along? Like they have a lot of shit they
gotta
back
be.
into?
It's out there.
It's gotta be a lot of it's because I've been seeing Sakamoto Days as a manga. I just never read it, but I've been seeing it for like 2-3 years now, minimally.
I'm curious
Sakamoto
what
Days
other
is up to
stories they have.
201 chapters.
Yeah,
Jeez Louise.
And they try
that sounds right.
How much content stories
Does it
do
get?
I have?
It's gotta get serious then. Like I know it's gotta be on like some Gintama
Like, do this
where
nigga
it
ever
starts
get
out like he gotta get serious. It's gotta be something gotta happen, and that's why y'all need to watch
Okay,
episode 7.
And here's the funny part. I just randomly went on to it, right? So we're at chapter 19, and we're what, 6 episodes in? 6 episodes in? Chapter 19 within the manga. So now the next one will be on chapter 20.
I think that, and that's the thing about this that episode 7. Y'all haven't seen it yet, but I think that's where we start to get into like I feel like that
The real
story.
nitty gritty.
Yeah, like I don't know yet because it's just the first like introduction to it. But I feel like that is where we start to get the more serious. Because hear me out. Here's where it was different too. This was around the background of Shin. It wasn't around Sakamoto being wanted for episode 7.
Oh, really?
But the threats that we get from that are more serious than the threats that we've gotten from Sakamoto's being wanted. So I think that's going to kind of like be the signal for something like, okay, we're changing themes up a little bit here. And it might lead to a serious arc. But I mean, 200 chapters, it's got to be. I feel like this is like Gintama. If y'all, like, you saw Gintama, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how Gintama was silly in the beginning?
Oh yeah, it was.
It was very silly in the beginning. But then as you progress more and more into the series, it had more serious moments. And then it would go back to, the humor around it. But it would have these sprinkles as like really serious moments, really serious like themes, really serious backstories and all of that. And Sakamoto Days is flirted with the idea that they've shown us little things. It's like, oh, okay, like that could pull at a person's heartstrings. So it make me feel like they gotta be doing that same Gintama kind of flow. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Because right now it just seemed like a family, like a family show, like a family
like
comedy
Family.
action.
It's
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah, it's like that round. Robert Kirkman tells us that the new seasons of Invincible are expected to be released annually. I can't guarantee that we'll be coming back in early February every single year, but this is the goal.
Great.
That's what we love to hear, baby, in Black History Month. Yeah.
Robert Kirkman said this for the brothers.
Black History
I don't know.
Robert Kirkman said this for the brothers.
Yeah, I like it though. So we can co-opt it. It's the least they can do for niggas. Let me colonize your shit.
That's great.
Real quick. Yeah,
It might not be every February though, but if it's not every February, it'll be like January or March.
March, April latest possibly.
Yeah, April latest.
I'm cool with that. I ain't got no
first
issue.
3 episodes on the first go.
Yeah. I'm kind of liking these series doing the 3 episodes at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking
series
it.
is doing that.
Spider-Man was doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
on the first day, they dropped the first 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Did the boys do that?
They give us 2.
2, I believe. Yeah.
Did Jim V do that?
They give us 1 a week.
Well, I can't remember, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna be really, because I'm trying to see how much of it is an Amazon thing too. Like I try to look at, I'll be looking at how the businesses work. So I'm trying to see, is this something where it's like Disney is trying to, or Amazon is trying to one up a way that Disney does it type of, back. I'm trying to see if there's anything like that there. Since they probably are the closest thing to competitors right now, Amazon and Disney. In the superhero realm, they're probably the closest thing. So if Jim V does that 3 episode thing, then I will know, okay, yeah, this is Amazon trying to basically say we can satisfy you better than Disney can. Even though that's not true. There's no reason. They all be beefing for no reason instead of working together.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man Noir, though, they working together. But that's like probably Sony's doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably Sony's doing more than it is Marvel or Amazon's. Yeah.
Bro, speaking on Spider-Man Noir, is that shit really gonna be a movie?
I thought it was gonna be a show.
Series.
I thought it was a show. I'm pretty sure it's a show.
A show or what? But I'm seeing like, I saw the picture of Nick Cage. I'm like, bro, I didn't think this was like something that was actually serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They are so serious because it's Sony.
When does that come out?
I hope it don't come out.
It's a thing. It is definitely a thing.
But look at it this way, bro. We seen Sony waste so much money on these movies. Warner Brothers said the Batwoman movie, the Batgirl movie is made and ready to be released. We not even gonna put that shit out. Throw it in the trash. I think Sony should follow suit for some of this shit, bro.
No, but they gonna do it. They don't care. They gonna release it. They don't.
Yeah.
But I think
You gotta
they're-
understand the
speaking of
IP
Sony-
of Spider-Man Noir is too grandiose. Sorry, T.
But speaking of
The
Sony, I
IP.
think they're done with like their movies since Craven's the last one that they were coming out with, and Venom's done. So hopefully we don't get anything else going forward.
They're probably gonna focus on animated, and it seems like it's speculated that Spider-Man Noir is gonna be releasing this year on Amazon Prime.
So my thing
They're gonna be
is,
like,
is
fuck it,
related
Madam
to the
Web
MCU
2.
or what?
Nah, it's like a standalone thing, right, Rob?
No, the series will be produced by Sony Pictures Television, Lord Miller Pascal Pictures, which is Amy Pascal Studio, and Amazon MGM
That's not my
Studios.
question. I'm gonna ask you, like, is
No
it part
Marvel.
of is it no Marvel? Like, there's no
Nah.
No Marvel.
No
anything?
connection.
No Marvel
no-
associated with it. No Marvel tag to it.
Standalone, completely standalone.
Standalone. They weren't even a part of the production because usually if Marvel was a part of the movie, it would be in the productions,
I'm
just
worried
like they
about
do with the Spider-Man movies.
I'm worried.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably gonna be the last thing they make Spider-Man outside of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies and the animated series.
It's gonna
It's
have
probably gonna be the last live action from.
as much Marvel in it as Madam Web had Marvel, as fucking
yeah.
what's the other shit? Morbius had Marvel, had what's the other shit? Craven had Marvel. As much as them series had no Marvel, this motherfucker is absolutely about to have no Marvel either.
Yep. It's gonna be Spider-Man villains. They gonna just make them more obscure. You probably get like Sandman. Oh, 1950s Sandman. You gonna get
Decrepit Green Goblin.
yeah.
This nigga's
Hey, Sonny, what do you want? Haha,
This-
I'm the Goblin. Ha ha ha.
This
That
nigga's
type of-
gliders on wheels. This nigga's riding a skateboard down the fucking street, attacking niggas.
You can't catch me in my Model T glider. Oh, it's about to
this
be.
Noir shit about to be trash.
Yo, I don't trust. You know how Sage and I get down when it comes to anything Sony. I have no faith. You can't even say Nicolas Cage. You know how many bad Nicolas Cage movies Nicolas Cage done did?
Yep.
You can't even have any hope. You can't even have any hope because of the name. No.
Bro, I don't even like that nigga as an actor. My favorite thing he did was Ghost Rider. And that shit wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
Nah, my favorite thing Nicolas Cage did was Wally's Wonderland because he didn't speak at all during that movie.
I'm fucking weak.
I feel like I did see something good with Nicolas Cage in it, but it's not that many things that come out that's good with Nicolas Cage in it.
Nicolas Cage. They could have swapped his ass out with that racist motherfucker from Taken.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah,
about to have a
I'll take a racist motherfucker, Liam Neeson, over
He about
fucking
to-
Nicolas Cage. Now
He
that's
about to have
says a lot.
Cottonmouth as his main villain.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look it up. Who gonna be the villain?
And
Plays
Power
This is a
Man.
regular dude, Brendan Gleeson,
Oh.
plays the main villain in the Amazon series Spider-Man Noir. They just got Joe. They got Joe Johnson, just a random Joe, as the villain,
Did they say who he's supposed to play?
which is based on an older, grizzled version of Spider-Man. So it's gonna be Spider-Man versus Spider-Man.
Well,
No,
I guess
not-
they
I
do
don't know
got
who
some
it
people. I guess they do got some people that have been known to be in some shit. Emmy-winning director Harry Bradbeer is overseeing the series and executive producing the first 2 episodes. Steve Lightfoot and Oren Uziel, who worked on 22 Jump Street, and Steve Lightfoot worked on Marvel's The Punisher, serve as co-showrunners and executive producers, and developed the series with the Academy Award-winning team behind Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which includes Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, and Amy Pascal. So maybe.
No, the main villain is Silvermane.
Huh?
No, you heard me right. Silvermane.
Huh?
Not man, Silvermane.
Oh yeah, pack this up. All right, never mind. Never mind.
Silvermane.
Never mind.
They invoke Terrence Howard language
Never mind.
for
Okay,
the.
man.
Look up
Okay, man.
Silvermane. Look
Okay,
up
man.
Silvermane. I spell it exactly how I'm saying it. Look up Silvermane, and just Google the name. You ain't even got to put comic book hero, none of that. He pop up as soon as you type it in.
Why the shit says Silvermane and then Coon?
Probably talking about like a cat.
It was.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
did.
true.
Yeah, it did bring up a cat. All right, Silvermane. Coon price is crazy. Yo.
This a Spider-Man villain?
It's a Spider-Man villain. He was in the
Some
old
RoboCop
Fox
shit.
animated cartoon.
He was.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think he played his character in it. Nah, I think he did.
Oh yeah, because I see a picture with him in Tombstone. Yeah, I don't see his
Mhm.
RoboCop shit in there though.
This old decrepit at all right. All right, Sony, pack it up, bro. Pack it. Put the fries in the bag. Put
Who
the
want to
fucking
see
fries in the bag.
Silverman? Who said, yo, who was sitting at a table and said, you know who they need? Silverman.
Yeah, take that ass over the top, boy. I tell you, Silvermane. It just roll off the tongue, don't it? Like, bruh, nuke Sony from the PlayStation headquarters to the fucking entertainment section. Nuke they premises immediately. They need to be immediately disbanded for all of the crimes that they have committed to humanity since galvanizing the mantle of Sony. Cause this shit is fucking atrocious, nigga. Atrocious.
I guess he's supposed to be like a Don Corleone type. I don't think they're gonna focus on him being like like he's gonna be like a penguin character, like where it's more like mafioso. That's what I'm thinking is gonna be the case. So basically, Sony going to just try to. They saw how Penguin went, and they was like, okay, we about to do that with Silvermane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, man.
Type shit, yeah.
Oh, this gonna be okay. Mm-mm. I mean, like a crime. Can you see? And it's Spider-Man noir, so it's like a crime Spider-Man. Can you see anything positive from that? Like just think like the Penguin world, but replace think Gotham, but replace Batman with Spider-Man.
No.
That should be
I
too
can't
dark for that
can't
nigga.
do it.
It's too dark and it's different because Batman is like he's just a man that get around by car. I mean, and he damn near glide around town. But Spider-Man, like, you got the niggas swinging faster than cop cars going down the street, going like 60, 70, like all the little petty crime shit. And Spider-Man could sneak through buildings like, I mean, they both sneak through buildings undetected, but it's Spider-Man, nigga. Like, these street thugs is nothing to him.
It's an older. It's not like young Peter Parker either. It's like old. I don't even think it's Peter Parker. I
And he
don't.
wearing a fucking outfit, a hat and a jacket. No, cut this shit out.
Yeah, I don't. That whole. I hate that whole get up. I really do.
Niggas really thought that because in the live action Spider-Man movie we seen a Spider Noir, folks was really clamoring on the fucking tables like we need a Spider Noir.
No, because
nigga.
dude, it goes all back to those like analytics. So when they did the animated movie, they were like, okay, what were the most popular Spider-Man? Like, what were people talking about? What was popping up on like social media and different things like that? And Spider-Man Noir was one of the bigger characters that popped up. You probably will see an animated Spider-Punk in the very near future. Like I say, by 2029, you will see something about Spider-Punk.
Nigga, don't give Sony no ideas. You might see a motherfucking movie of Spider-Punk.
You're not even lying. You're not even lying.
And they fuck around and whitewash that nigga.
Spider-Punk villain would be like
Spider-Punk is black?
Yeah, in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Hobie Brown is his real name.
Dog, if they're like, if we can't use fucking Peter Parker, god damn it, we're gonna use that Hobie Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Activate the coon shit.
Kobe Morales, watch. They gonna fuck up Miles Morales. They be like,
They
watch
gonna,
this,
you know who
Kobe.
gonna play? If they did a live action Spider-Punk, I guarantee you too. They end up getting that Jaden Smith boy.
Oh,
That's what they would get to play him.
and so
I'm
not
sorry,
even
D.
gonna
If
hold
I'm
you.
giving them ideas, I
That
really
Jaden
I'm
Smith
gonna
apologize.
hold
boy.
you. He would be a good Spider-Punk
He would.
because he
He
was
would.
decent in Karate Kid. Granted, we was all kids when it came out, but the way he act, he like a black Ezra Miller. Perfect type of nigga for some Spider-Punk.
Yeah. That's so wild how accurate.
Weird,
that is.
quirky nigga.
Exactly, the weird, quirky James
Mhm.
Gunny type dumbass nigga. You see, he wore a house on his head for the Grammys. Goofy ass nigga.
Mhm.
You gotta be mad as fuck. He the perfect Spider-Punk.
That's exactly who they. Jaden Smith, Spider-Punk. It's happening. It make too much sense. It's happening.
Yeah, bro. Damn, I thought Spider-Punk was Peter Parker. Yo, if Sony is like, yeah, y'all get Peter Parker and his villains, but we get the rest of the Spider-Verse, we're fucked.
Yeah, they making mad Spider. You gonna see.
Y'all thought we was done with
Bro.
Craven? No.
We're just getting started.
Yo, they gonna be like the Meek Mill intro.
Don't
Hold
give
on
them
a
niggas
minute.
Miguel O'Hara.
Y'all thought I was
Oh, if they
finished?
get Spider-Man 2099, nigga, we are fucked.
Bro. Oh my. Yo, that actually, I could see that. Like logically, I could see that happening where they go, okay,
Bro,
well,
listen.
we'll sell you Peter Parker back, but we want the rest of the spot. I can honestly see Sony doing that.
Bro, they gonna use that nigga that played Blue Beetle, use him for Miguel O'Hara. They
Mhm.
gonna use all these other weird ass niggas for all these different Spider-Man.
Spider-Gwen.
A Spider-Verse movie without Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Sony gonna be like, y'all not gonna do what y'all think y'all doing, Marvel. We gonna fuck up your whole plan.
I
If we don't
honestly
make
could
a
see
dime
that.
from this movie, we'll make a Spider-Verse movie. Fuck
Yeah,
'em.
because as long as the characters, the other characters have some level of notability, Spider Noir, Spider Punk, Spider Gwen, they can keep throwing these characters in animated stuff.
Oh no, you're not hearing what I'm saying. They were gonna make movies. They gonna make a
No, I know.
Spider-Gwen movie.
I believe you, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying is as long as they can get some level of like notability around
Guess
the
who they
animated
gonna
stuff.
get? Spider-Gwen, Billie Eilish.
Hmm.
So right.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie.
I'll be okay with that.
Yes.
Oh, God.
There's one specific reason, and I might need to message y'all as opposed to saying why she can't be Spider Gwen. It's two reasons.
She got a hoodie on,
actually.
nigga.
It's two reasons. It's two reasons.
Not on a hoodie.
They had to make it rated R just because. Can't have her no Leah. You gonna put Billie Eilish in a leotard?
She ain't thick, is she?
It's two reasons.
The way he looking, nigga
It's
said, I'll be
two
all right with
reasons.
it. He didn't even
See,
give
like
it a
matter
thought.
of
He said,
fact,
fuck the
he's sending
switch.
a letter. He's sending them a letter right now.
Here's Sony Studios. Billie Eilish for Spider-Gwen.
Make this happen expeditiously. Use all the money, I promise
Stop
you.
Production on all other, they gonna red light everything else. Spider-Gwen, the perfect idea. Oh my god. Billie
That would be,
Eilish, what's that nigga name we just said?
She does
Jaden,
like
not
the
Jaden.
vibe wise though. She
Jaden.
would be cool. I could see them doing a Spider-Man
Smith.
musical. I could see them doing a
Fuck,
Spider.
No, they ain't gonna-
I can see
If
Sony
she shows
doing
what
that.
She can act. She would be perfect for it.
Bro, they gonna say we need a
Look at
Spider-Man
you,
musical. We need a.
She don't give a damn about that acting. As long as she can act, she'll be perfect for it. You don't care about no acting.
I'm looking
Yeah,
for the
got Sydney
action
Sweeney.
scenes.
Have a Spider-Gwen musical
Ooh.
with Billie Eilish.
No, Sydney,
No.
Sydney Sweeney should have been Felicia Hardy. Mhm.
I could see
I don't
that.
even think she cute, but I know she filled out that cat uniform.
The quiet was all niggas needed to hear. This was like, goodness
Right.
gracious.
She pop up on the screen, Pog.
Bump that. Cat Dennings is Black Cat.
Y'all getting some people who don't need to be in no leotards and leotards right now.
Yeah.
Cat Dennings.
Who's
that
Kat
plays-
Dennings?
Where is this
was
internet.
she was in WandaVision. She was the scientist.
Oh.
Y'all know who? Oh shit! Oh goddamn!
Y'all can't be
Felicia?
putting these people in leotards.
She can act too.
No, nigga, you know who? The Flash used to have some hoes. They should cast the joint that was what's the joint with the Felicity with the glasses?
Oh, from Arrow.
Or is that Arrow?
That's Arrow.
Yeah.
His girl.
Now those could have been some leotard hoes. But no, Kat Denning is
that works
Cat,
better for people with that. He can't handle
with that build.
That'd be too awkward.
Yeah, that's why, nigga. He's a mute. He got powers from a spider. That's why he could handle it.
Yeah.
And she gonna pressure him. He gonna be like,
nah, they like that kitty thing.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, I'm telling you, black suit Tom Holland is gonna be on Demon Time.
Could you imagine?
Don't let Kat Denning, bro. If they get Kat Denning as fucking
if I
Felicia
remember, what was it, Spider-Man 3 where
Harden,
he got the Venom suit?
Yeah.
He on Demon Time too.
He was. He was.
Jane came.
Nigga was in there dancing to jazz music and shit.
Man.
Nigga was hip thrusting, walking down the streets of Manhattan in broad daylight, like it was A-OK.
Yeah, this Black Spider-Man gonna be different. They can have Tom Holland and Dykeman.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
After Bodega with a 40 in his hand and a black and
He
white.
like, nah, I ain't in Manhattan this year. I'm in
Is that
Dykeman.
Spider-Man swinging with Tim's on?
this nigga getting light.
Gonna be water hydrants going off, and you just gonna see Spider-Man dancing with some Dominican.
Spider-Man pulling out fire hydrants and shit so kids can play. Nah. This shit gonna be ghetto as fuck.
Yeah.
If they do that once he got a black suit, I'm gonna be like, hold up now, what y'all trying to say? what this supposed to be a symbiote?
Yeah.
This don't feel like no symbiote right now. This is a real message.
This is a nigga.
They just gonna straight up say it. I ain't no symbiote. Ain't no symbiote in this suit.
You know we go on tangents, people.
Yo.
DEI symbiote.
God.
Just when I thought I'd have a movie with no niggas, you would end up bringing in this symbiote suit.
We not on a tangent. It's Sony, nigga. Look at the shit they caused us.
I know.
After Craven the Hunter, they said, "Fuck it, Spider-Man Noir."
All this pain and turmoil they putting this through.
It might be cool, but I just doubt it.
They in the red at this
I got a
point
feeling
with these
somebody
movies.
over there had beef with Stan Lee. Somebody was like, "Yo, my great uncle said fuck Stan Lee. I'm about to ruin every character."
For as long as I live, I'm trying to sully these niggas' names.
Oh, Jack Kirby, somebody from DC, like Jack Kirby, long lost descendant.
DC
You ain't gonna be, you ain't getting all of these movies on.
DC
Right.
giving these niggas
Fuck
payments
you,
on the
Stan
side. I always used to hate your cameo in those Marvel movies anyway. Old fart. Yeah.
Oh
Bro,
my
that's a fact. He did not
gosh.
cameo in none of these. Damn.
Yeah. This whole entire time, no Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, it's sad when you think about it. DC really do got to be funding these niggas. They got to have a shell company corporation somewhere. Sony has to have it. And DC is sending these niggas payments to shit on Spider-Man's legacy.
I would have much rather had Robert Downey Jr.'s character take up the new cameo role as opposed to him being Doom. Sorry.
Cameo doing what?
Just Iron Man being Tony Stark, but just cameos the same way that they did it. You can make him the Watcher or whatever. You could do the same thing you did with Stan Lee.
No,
do it
bring
with
that
Tony
nigga back to Doctor Doom. I can't. I mean,
I would have much rather had that.
Iron Man.
Man,
Yeah, honestly, if anything, I would have just rather him continue to be
Bro,
Iron
if
Man.
anything, Marvel should have thought about this. They'd have been like, "Yo, it's a great send off." But if they really thought about this shit, look how impactful it'll be if they seen all this lackluster shit. Steve Rogers see what's going on, and he got a call to action, and it's like, yo, they need my help. Granted, I'm 90, but I can still go back and do some shit. I can go to the time machine. Let me go talk to Bruce. And then you got Robert Downey Jr. on life support. And then you come to find out he been cool for like 2-3 months. He been working on a different suit. He got all this shit going. And then like at the nick of time, you got him and Steve Rogers joining the battle. Now you got a $2 billion film. But they're like, no, let's kill off RDJ and let's make Cap a 90-year-old nigga just have nothing to do with him. I mean, like you said, Rob, they got other movies they want to do, but I think Marvel could have just played it.
They gotta start bringing some of them back though as like younger people. Yo, honestly, when you think about it, right? And this is one thing that I did get from the Captain America movie, and it's the last thing I got. Replacing somebody who is old or is gone or is no longer in the films can clearly work without a problem. Because Thaddeus Young there was no issue. It was like because you know how to, I don't know, this is where T is like, don't say it, so I'm not. But without saying anything about the movie, he plays Thunderbolt Ross like
2010.
Harrison Ford playing Thunderbolt Ross. There was no issue. There was no issue just having somebody. I don't know whether the guy who played Thunderbolt Ross before, how I know he died, but I don't know how old he was. But technically, if he was older than Harrison Ford, you can clearly bring somebody new in that's younger, even if it ain't that much younger. In this case, you can still bring somebody in that's younger, and it don't bother people. It really, I don't see did Thunderbolt Ross being Harrison Ford bother you at all throughout the movie?
Nope.
And then nothing. It's not that big of a deal. As they make it a bigger deal than it has to be.
But I mean, it wasn't like we've seen Thunderbolt Ross 2 movies ago or a movie ago. The shit with the Hulk was like, yeah, we just seen the Hulk 2010. Avengers came out 2012, and y'all got Mark Ruffalo instead of Edward Norton. Like the nigga just pulled up on the scene, and we like, what? Or for example, y'all niggas went from Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle.
Yeah, that's another.
I still need them to explain that with how we had Secret War. What was it? Not Secret. Was it Secret Wars?
Iron Man.
How?
That's why. Ooh, that came.
How he's a Skrull. That would be a perfect. That's the reason why they end up switching.
What do you mean? I mean, niggas is like, yo, like he don't look nothing like Terrence Howard.
No, he don't.
No.
They said fuck it, they'll get over it.
But like you can easily swap. Like they could just have a new Iron Man.
Swap.
For real, especially with this whole incursions, the like everything that's supposed to be like Battle World and all of that, and like different multiverses and universes. You could bring Iron Man back. Yeah, this is the time to bring Iron Man back. You can bring Iron Man. You can 100% bring Iron Man back. You could bring Captain America back. You can still have Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson Captain America, but you could bring back a young Steve Rogers. You could say he was frozen in some new ice. In this galaxy, we got him while he was in the ice. Yep. He just ain't bust out the ice yet. Or you could say he didn't realize he was Steve Rogers, and you don't have to use him now, but you could use him like 5-10 years down the line. You could do so you know they're not doing Young Avengers, right?
Good.
No, but they are. No. They are doing Young Avengers, but they aren't doing Young Avengers. I know. So it's not going to be called Young Avengers. It's not even that. It's what they want to do is they want to have like the team that could exist with Kamala Khan and such. Like I think it's a name from the comic book, but it's another team. It's not. It's like the Champions, something like that. They're not gonna do. That's like probably why they introducing Amadeus Cho, because if I remember correctly, I think in that Champions team, that Amadeus Cho was in that Champions team. So if you start to see some Amadeus Cho, then you know, yeah. But that's what it's supposed to be. Is it's supposed to be the Champions, and they move away from Young Avengers. So if I'm Marvel for the MCU, I'm going to just say, okay, we'll just do a legit Young Avengers. Like we would just go and take we'll take an Iron Man from another galaxy, call him Iron Lad, Have him be the new Tony Stark in this universe. Go get a younger Captain America. Have him be another Captain America in this universe. Again, you still could have Sam Wilson's, like the regular Avengers. You still could have the regular Avengers, but then you have like a literal younger Avengers where like, I can't spoil the movie for you, but this is what I was talking about, why I like Captain America. There's a certain character in Captain America who could potentially have a connection to one of the original Avenger members. And you could take a bunch of those different characters, like kind of, you know how like with Teen Titans, Cyborg is in the Teen Titans, right? But then you also see Cyborg in the Justice League.
Okay,
if you gonna do champions, right? The chick who replaced Hawkeye, she's supposed to be the leader of the team, like the champions team. You could have her do her little champions run, but then you could have her be a part of the Young Avengers, where there's an Iron Lad, where there's a younger Captain America. But see, what they likely gonna go the route of is just doing an event like a straight up Avengers with just like all new characters. That's what everything points towards, that being the case. Everything points to that. They're not going to do something like that. But I think that would be better, because if you kept those teams, like the champions, you kept the champions where like Ironheart, as an example, not a big fan favorite right now. A lot of people don't like Ironheart, right? Have Ironheart be in the champions, and then have her just go to a team like the Ultimates, and then do an Ultimates movie. You know, if Miss Marvel, like basically whoever doesn't rate well, you put them in the champions, but then you bring back newer characters that people like more. You would put them in a Young Avenger. So like that way you could bring back like an Iron Man, you could bring back a Captain America, you could bring back a T'Challa, and you would just have them as a younger iteration. And then the standard Avengers would have like Sam, Captain America, because they're not getting rid of that. Like I would say scrap all of that and just get.
If they don't like a character like Ironheart, nobody likes Shorty. Come on, bro. Kill her off.
But they're not going to do that though. I hear you, but they're just not going to do it. Marvel don't.
Like if you keep her and you keep putting her around shit, it's like, yo, like my nigga, we not here for this character at all.
I don't know. Like I don't think they're gonna do that. It's like same thing with Shuri. Like I know they talking about bringing T'Challa back, but I don't think that they necessarily would like kill off Shuri. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just something I don't see happening.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, people
throw them in the champion. Yeah, but if they bring back a T'Challa, you really gonna want to see her Shuri?
She's like his. She's supposed to be what, the second smartest or the smartest in the MCU?
I'm cool with her. I'm cool with her, but I don't think the grander audience is going to say, okay, if T'Challa is in this universe, I want to see Shuri in the event versus seeing T'Challa Black Panther.
Just having her, yeah, not her as Black Panther. No, I'm just saying just having her like in the
her intelligence is fine. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what's going to happen. They're gonna build Ironheart up to be that. Like a character that you almost can't get rid of because you already just ingrained too much into everything else. They've already started doing it with like Kamala Khan. Now, granted, I like Kamala Khan. A lot of people like Kamala. So that's fine, but you see what they're doing with Kamala Khan. Like Kamala Khan is being ingrained in the larger MCU universe. Well, especially with this champion team with the chick who has Hawkeye. Like they're being positioned to be like notable names, like people like the same way Loki, or the same way you know these aren't necessarily people who are the Avengers, but you still know them, like they're still around, them. Loki or Shang-Chi or that type of thing. Like it's gonna be where you can't really necessarily get rid of these characters. And that's why I think you should make a smaller team, like kind of like in the Marvel comics, how they did West Coast Avengers, and then they had regular Avengers. I think that champion should fit as a team like that, and then whoever is gonna actually become an Avenger, you have them go through the course of Young Avenger, and they actually make a Young Avengers. But I just don't see that happening. No, I don't see them making like a pipeline system throughout their movies. I don't think that that's something that Marvel would. Sorry, that was a mean tangent.
Yeah, you good. All right, y'all. I knew we was gonna have a action-packed week for the pod today. It was just a lot of content that dropped. We went on a little hiatus from last week, but we appreciate y'all for stopping on by. Episode 55 yet again. Appreciate y'all. Y'all tap into us, twitch.tv /smooventertainment, also at youtube.com / Squad Nero 716. All right, y'all. We will see y'all again next week around the same time, Sunday, 7 p.m. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week. Peace.
These dreams on the road to riches, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. It's like now I'm just trying to float. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Dose my mind just so I can cool.